Hello, friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets. Just wanted to go ahead and come on here to do our week 3 paycheck update. I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you that I've actually had to learn a lot about how we're going to get through a week without going into debt. And I'm starting to feel really good about knowing that things will eventually work themselves out, and that we have done a couple things to allow us the freedom to be able to do that. So I'll get more into that as I am filming this video. As I mentioned in my video from yesterday, my husband was off 2 days last week, and they were not processed as paid time off. So his check ended up being about, if I had to say, probably about like $215 less than what we were expecting. And I did put some thought into this, and here's exactly what we're going to do. So instead of my husband getting the $707, his check came in as $484.94. I decided to pull $51 from savings, and so 50 of those dollars are coming from that overage that we put towards camping. But now that we have more people going on the camping trip, we won't have to spend as much. So I went ahead and took 50 out of there, and then this is my buy myself a coffee fund. And I'm going to go ahead and put that extra dollar in there. So I'll be depositing $51 tomorrow when I go to the bank, just so that all this kind of balances out. When I add those two values together, we end up with a total of $535.94. Now, if we look down here at our bill total that was projected, there's no way we were going to make it this week. And as you all know, my husband and I are on this journey to buy our first home within the next 5 years. So we have spoken to financial advisors and specialists that have guided us on this journey thus far. I'm not giving this advice to anybody. This is just what we have been advised by our personal advisor. But part of being able to buy a house is having the credit to do so. So it is not advisable for us to close any of those accounts, as it can hurt our chances of getting a home. That being said, what I had been told to do, and what I have been doing, is revolving some of our steady checks every month onto closed credit cards so that they stay open. We're still paying them from our paycheck, but it still looks like that debt is revolving and that we are using those cards so that they don't get closed on us. Now, Xfinity is not one of those. So Xfinity came in for $158.84. The Advantage, that's a direct withdrawal from my husband's checking account. So that's $180.84. The Xbox also comes out from the checking account, and the Cricket subscription comes out directly from the checking account. Nationwide, the dog's insurance has always been a revolving credit on my Barclay. So even though the Barclay has been closed, we've never incurred any interest or anything on it, because it posts on one day and it's paid off a couple days later. But knowing that it's actually going onto a credit card and not needing to come out directly from this amount, I have chosen to go ahead and push this debt to the following paycheck so that we can still pay this amount without it incurring any interest. And I hope that makes sense to all of you. When I add these four values together, that does not look right. I added a number somewhere. So that gives us a total of $366.18. When I take that away from our income, that leaves us with $169.76. Moving that value down, we do have to fill our food. So I'm going to go ahead and put $100 towards our food, and we are not going to put any money into any of the other envelopes, which means that our variable envelope total is going to stay at $100, and that's going to leave us with $69.76. Pulling that value over, I did have to slim down what we are paying into for our sinking funds a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and plan on putting the $25 into medical because that's a non-negotiable. We're going to skip vet, household, car maintenance, and unfortunately, I'm going to try to pull double gifts next week, but if not, it's not going to be the end of the world. But I am skipping the $15 that goes to gifts this week. Nothing to vacation, the $3 to our car registration, and then we'll skip renter's insurance and the emergency fund, which is going to leave this sinking fund total. It's going to bring it down to $28. When I take the 28 from our leftover, that's going to leave us with $41.76. Given the current situation and the fact that we need to put $41 towards our 52-week challenge, we are not putting anything towards our snowball this week. So that is going to allow us to put those $41 into our moving fund. I have not lost the weight from Chicago, so I'm not even going to put any money towards that. And then in order to assign every penny a spot, I'm going to put those last 76 cents and just kind of leave them in the checking account as a buffer. And that, my friends, gets us to that zero-based budget. As always, let's go ahead and check my math. So we have an income total of $535.94 minus our bill total of $366.18 minus the 100 going towards our sinking fund or our variable expenses, 28 towards sinking funds, nothing towards our snowball, and then 48.76 going towards our 52-week challenge and the buffer. And that gets us that zero-based budget. This situation is not ideal, but I am very grateful for having gone on to this debt payoff journey because it's the first time, I can honestly say ever, that I didn't stress out when I saw that we were getting paid so much less. I was grateful for the fact that we have that nationwide on a revolving payment on one of our credit cards. Is it ideal for everyone? No, but it works for us. And we are heeding the advice of our financial advisor. That buys me 1 to 2 weeks to go ahead and pay off that debt without incurring any interest, which gives me peace of mind because all our basic needs have been taken care of, and I'm not having to resort to any of our credit cards to have to pay our groceries or have to pay gas or anything like that, because we have all of that already in place in our variable envelopes. Thank you so very much for joining me on this journey and for taking the time out of your day to watch this content. I'll be back tomorrow with a very, very short cash stuffing. And hopefully we'll have a better week next week. But it's nice to not have that stress. Well, friends, I hope you're having an amazing week, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.